Hello and welcome back to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 10 Minutes More or Less Ship Review, right behind me I have the Anvil F7C-M Super Hornet Mark II and the Heartseeker Kit. Let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, welcome back to another review. Today we got the F7C-M Super Hornet Mark II right in front of me, as well as the Heartseeker Kit that you can buy for it, and applying it gives you a different weapons package on the top of the ship. It changes it up a little bit, not too much, it's not too crazy, so we'll take a look and see, each variant and what it does for you. Now, again, this ship here is brand new, just came out today. Hopefully, this video helps you decide whether or not you like it or you don't, but, honestly, you'll only find out once you get the chance to fly it in-game. Now, this ship, if you were to buy it on the store page right now, it is $220 if you buy it Warbond, or it's $240 if you buy it with the store package like store credit. Now, if you want to get the Heartseeker edition, which changes the top of the ship, which we'll talk about, it is $25 Warbond kit or a $30 store credit for that kit. So we'll go over the details on what that changes here in just a second. But first, let's talk about the Super Hornet Mark II itself. This ship outputs 2,824 damage per second due to the 4 size 3 CF337 Panthers and the 2 size 4 Revenant ballistic Gatling guns. Now, it also has 8 size 1 Spark 1 missiles, which are installed on that top turret on the very top of the ship, which is really cool. I like that new design they have there. It's very interesting, as well as 8 size 2 Ignite 2 missiles, which pop out from beneath the ship, which is also, again, really cool. It's like a bomb bay door. Now, this ship is not stealthy in any regard, so it's not going to change that fact, having those doors open or closed. It's a very high-profile ship. It's a big ship. It's much bigger than, like, say, the F7C military variant, not the Super Hornet, because this is a two-seater. Now, that's the difference typically between this and a different Hornet. This is a two-seater ship, not a single-seat ship, but you can operate it completely as a solo pilot. You don't need to worry about having a second person in here. You can even operate all the guns as a solo. It's really cool that way. Gotta love that. Now, this ship does have 3 size 1 shield generators outputting 5,190 bubble shield, which is a pretty good amount of shield. It's actually above average when it comes to a lot of these ships, including like the original Mark I Super Hornet. It's more than that, which is great. And then you have 15,250 ship health points, which is good. It's average. It's going to be what it is. And like I've always said, just don't let your wings get taken off. Otherwise, you're good to go. It's a great little fighter here. I say little, but it's a pretty sizable ship, especially if you compare it to a Gladius or an Arrow. So it depends what you're looking for, but this thing packs a punch. So as long as you stay on target, you'll eliminate it before it takes over on maneuverability. Now, this ship does have a top speed of 215 SCM with a forward boost of 465 and a backwards boost of 240 with a top nav speed of 1,125. Now, again, this ship, it doesn't change any of those stats with the Heartseeker other than the weapons, which we'll get into in here in just a second. But you do have the same maneuverability, the same speed, everything else. And with that, you do have a 52, 40, 140 pitch yaw roll, which is surprisingly kind of low. But again, it's a heavier fighter. It's got a lot of guns. It's got a lot to it, probably a little bit more heavily armored. So it's not the greatest there, but it's still pretty good in comparison to a lot of ships in its class. Now, outside of that, fuel-wise, you have 16 SCU of hydrogen fuel and 1.3 SCU of quantum fuel. Again, average within this lineup of ships, so not too much of a problem there. You just got to get used to going back to station anyways, because you don't have a bed, you don't have anything, so you're going to have to go to station or a carrier to land and refuel and rearm anyways. So honestly, not too big of a deal. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these ships a little bit closer. The Super Hornet Mark II and the Heartseeker package. I have both of them right here in front of me. The one on the right, of course, the Super Hornet Mark II. The one on the left, the Super Hornet Mark II Heartseeker. So the Heartseeker package, if you were to buy it, you can add it to your ship, which comes with the paint as well as the turret on the top. That turret is bespoke, so you cannot change the guns. It is just automatically a ballistic Gatling gun at the top of the ship, but it looks really cool. It's a really cool design, and what that does is it ups your damage per second to 3,404, but you do lose those 8 size 1 Spark 1 missiles. So overall, I mean, it's quite the change, right? Because instead of having 4 CF337s, now you have 4 Revenants, because those are 2 Revenants up there, and then you have 2 CF337s. So you can change the weapons here on the bottom, you just can't change those top weapons. The paint also looks pretty decent, not bad. You know, got a little pin up here on the side, and it looks really nice. I like the red with the white. I think that looks really good. And then, of course, you got the Mark II Super Hornet right next to it. It's a great looking ship. So let me get into the cockpit really quick and show you a little bit of this ship. If you take a look here, you can press and hold F. You do have access to your storage, which is good. That obviously goes for all variants, but you don't have any other sort of components or gold standard on this, so there is no component access or anything like that. Once again, pretty surprising for the fact that this is a new ship. So I'm going to get into the pilot seat first and show you what that view looks like here, and then we'll hop into the co-pilot seat per se and see what that looks like as well. As you can see, it's a pretty decent view. It almost feels RSI in a way because it has all these struts in the way. But it's just your Anvil Hornet design. You have 2 of your MFDs up front. You can technically access that remote turret using this button, the turret at the top, and that goes for both this and the Heartseeker. But you don't really need to unless you're trying to just gimbal the gun, because once you're in the pilot seat, you can go ahead and just shoot all guns anyways. Oops, I'm shooting the ship next to me. So, I mean, not too big of a deal there. I'm going to go ahead and turn off my engines. Don't know why I turned that on. But yeah, it's a pretty good design ship here. It's got only 2 MFDs, which is kind of too bad, but not terrible. Let me hop into the co-pilot seat really quick, and let's take a look at its abilities back there. Now, to enter that seat, all you gotta do is come back to this, press and hold F, and then use the co-pilot ladder. That'll get you into the co-pilot seat. Opens up a little hatch up there. Pretty cool. The view outside of the co-pilot seat, not good at all. So don't expect to be seeing too much from this perspective. But let's go ahead and turn on systems here. And let's see if we can fly it from here. I think we can. You can fly this thing from the co-pilot seat, which is actually pretty interesting. If your pilot for some reason becomes incapacitated, you can take control of the ship. And let's see, you can also fire all the guns. Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty... Well, you can fire all the guns. So, yeah, you can only fire the turrets. So the top turret is the only gun you can fire from the co-pilot seat. But you can fly it from this ship, which is pretty nice. I do like that. So go ahead and turn off the engines. And as you can see, again, you can just enter the remote turret if you prefer. Because, I mean, you're not the pilot, right? So just get into that turret and give a little bit more coverage for the pilot, which is also really awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hop out of here. It's the same exact thing for the other ship next to me, the Heartseeker variant. So I'm going to get into the Heartseeker. We're going to do a quick bounty really quick, and I'll give you my review score. It's a pretty good one, though. Now, as you can tell, this ship can absolutely handle pretty much anything with its forward-facing firepower, but it will be limited by how much ammo you use, obviously, before you have to go rearm. Now, with that, this is a fantastic ship, and so is the Heartseeker variant or kit. Now, you got to know that kit, that top turret, you can add that to any of the Mark II ships. So it can be on the tracker, it can be on the Ghost, it can be on the base. It can add that potential damage output, which is a good additional 1,134 damage per second by those two guns that you add to any of the Mark IIs, which is just awesome. This ship, honestly, for me, is a 9 out of 10. The only thing limiting it from a 10 out of 10 right now is its gold standard and components pass, which is just too bad that a new ship like this wouldn't have it. But I really do love the design of the Mark II over the Mark I, with how the air intakes look so much closer to the body and they're not spread out. It just looks fantastic, and I couldn't be happier to see this thing on the market now. It's just a bit high on the price point, but that doesn't affect the rating of the ship. The price point is really up there, so honestly, if you're looking to get this ship and you don't want to spend the money, wait a couple patches and it'll be available in game. It's just such a fantastic thing. Maybe not I don't know if the kit variant, like this kit here, the Heartseeker variant will be available in game, so maybe you want to acquire that for your hangar, just so if you want to own the ship in game, you can always have that ballistic turret at the top with the paint. It's an awesome package. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of the new Super Hornet Mark II, as well as the Heartseeker variant or kit. Where it's like one in its own, right? You can add it or take it off. All it is just a $30 ball turret that you're adding to the ship and a paint, and it changes a little bit of the stats, just like on your, obviously your rating on how visible you are. So let me know what you think of this and the kit. Let me know, what do you think of how they're doing this instead of having a different, like, complete variant for sale. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are all amazing. I really appreciate every one of you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.